attention to on deck. Just want to do some very basic things, but we need to check the condition of the halyards, Genoa sheets, if you have spinnaker sheets, to make sure they're going to last the day. This is like an annual maintenance, but remember you're racing the boat, so they're going to see probably a bit more load than they've ever seen before. This is a halyard which, as you can pretty obviously see, needs to be replaced. I don't think you want to be trying to go racing with a halyard like this, and this is exactly the type of thing we're looking for. With modern materials, you can pretty much tell just by their outside condition when they're going to give up the ghost. I think this one is definitely time expired. Here we have a snap shackle, which could definitely do with some TLC or a quick service. You see it's quite stiff to open. Now when you do this, you need to check around this area here to see if there are any burrs. That'll make it harder to open. And you simply just run a file over it very gently, and then you add a little bit of oil in here, just some 3-in-1, not WD-40. It's down inside here, and then it'll be not quite as stiff as that. Another area to look at on deck is your winches. Have they been serviced this year? I'm looking at these ones here. These very definitely could do with a service. I'm not going to say that they don't work, but just to make them work at an optimum rate, they could do with some new grease on these bearings. The pulls, which is the safety feature, they all need to just have oil on them, because this stops the winch back winding, and this is the pull and the spring. And so just double check the spring's got plenty of spring in it. You can easily replace these, and I'd recommend that you do replace these springs every year or 2 years. Another bit which is important to make sure is very well greased is the main pin which holds the gears in. This needs to be well lubricated. As you can see, there's some wear on this. It's not bad, but it has obviously run dry at some stage. This winch isn't too bad, but it's worth having a look at your winches if you haven't done. Another area which is worth looking into is your various control lines, and probably the most important one is your Genoa car puller for moving the car backwards and forwards for controlling the sail shape. It's got some good points. It's got some bungee which keeps the tension on it, so that's good. And then we've obviously got the control line which we pull forward here, and I'm looking at this and I don't think there's nearly enough perches. As an easy way to improve the system here, you simply take the rope off here and you add another one of these blocks in here, and by simply dead ending it on the block on the car, you've effectively just doubled the purchase, which is a very easy and worthwhile thing to do. It's a nice detail here. The shackle has been had a cable tie put through it so it can't undo itself, this is a really good, easy solution, and is worth doing on all your shackles all around the boat. Another good idea is to mark all these clutches and jammers clearly, as simply as sticking some white tape on and writing with a marker pen on what everything does. You know, when you're standing behind the wheel shouting at your crew, they can actually see what all these things do, rather than, you know, pull the green one. If everything's labelled, it makes it a lot easier. And these are very worn, and you definitely have to look at these 3 times to work out what every clutch actually does.